Peace, peace, peace. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Um, whew, I gotta get this out. It's one of them wake up call, wake up messages. Uh, this will resonate. This is kind of like a urgent, you can say urgent message, but really for for a lot of it's kind of gonna be a two-way message in a way. Um, there's a lot of things happening right now in what some may call the spirit realm. And a lot of you mothers, this is definitely for a lot of mothers that have did an inner work and are going through a lot of ascension symptoms, healing, whether you are a mother now or a mother to be. And I'm gonna be very detailed and precise and deliver this as it was given to me. Spiritual warfare isn't just with you. Spiritual warfare also happens with your children. Let me make this shit very clear again. You had spiritual warfare just as much, and your kids also have spiritual warfare. You also have to realize is when we were younger, a lot of us who are aware and become more aware of who we are, you know, whether we came into obtaining our spiritual gifts, and more so now how our spiritual gifts will be heightened. So there's a great grand responsibility for a lot of you. Again, spiritual warfare wasn't just when we came here in the physical. Spiritual warfare began when we was inside of our wombs, inside of the womb of our mothers. So it didn't, all I'm gonna just be fucking real with y'all. Like the powers that were, principalities, have always tried to do things, whether you see things or things in the unseen, have always tried to do things to block and keep you from getting where you are now. This ain't, you think that, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a great example. Raising Dion, you know, you can say this for educational purposes, inspiration. But if you don't know anything about Raising Dion, I believe they still have that on Netflix. All I'm saying is this, is that a lot of you are aware that you came to do something greater. And a lot of your spiritual warfare had to do with a lot of healing, had to do with a lot of shadow work. Do you think that excludes your child or your star seed? Absolutely not. Because what I've been seeing in the spirit realm is that your child or anyone's child, depending on their frequency, vibration, how much protection they do have, because I'm going to say this in kind of two ways. There are mothers and or fathers, but I've been seeing a lot of mothers who will be subjected to lower level entities or, who are abusing their kids, whether it be verbally or physically. Okay, so we live in a universe, world, however you want to say, where your ass will be judged for the energy and the things that you have put out there. No one is exempt from karma. This is universal law. And we see it, like I said, the higher ups, the all seeing sees all. And I say, and and another message, again, the other message is a lot of you have co-created with kids, with the man, excuse me, forgive me for that, co-created with men who are not, I repeat, who are not willing to ascend. If these men are not willing to heal their motherly wounds, and this goes for men and women, if men and women, whoever you're in partnership with, are not willing to do this shadow work and heal, whether it be a woman healing her fatherly wounds, or and this has more so to do with even if her father is present, or just asking and being guided to really sit with herself and or heal whatever it is that she's fighting. Even more so, this goes to again, women, men being responsible to heal their wounds as well with their mother. The reason why this is so vital, because I'm seeing connections where a lot of what is happening and being revealed is that people will be subjected to lower level entities who are trying desperately to ruin partnerships, come in the way of divine partnerships, or more so, nothing, the veil is lifted, nothing can be hidden no more. And I'm especially speaking to a lot of mothers, because some of you do have children. And some of you want the utmost protection for them. But I always tell y'all, this is a spiritual warfare. This is not something that you just think that, and I'm not projecting fear or anything. This is just solely knowing to learn how to be secure within yourself. Because there's a lot of things that goes in home. There's a lot of things with as the frequency of the earth and things change, a lot of shit will be illuminated, because we are bringing more of a conscious, a healthy, holistic way. And a part of that is that a lot of us are going to have to walk away, make conscious decisions, make life-altering decisions at the blink of an eye. Because the world as you once knew it, that was run off these lower level entities, these principalities and these forces who kept people so binded. And that's another thing that was revealed to me in my vision, is about how if your children are waking up with scratches, because I know some people go through this, if your kids are waking up with scratches, y'all not realizing that you having your kids around everybody, not realizing what these, and I be expressing this shit to people. Some of us are so highly intuitive. What makes you think your kids are not? Because some of them come into this world pure. It's not to say they don't have karma. They also have their individual path. But did you also know that you're a guardian? Y'all agreed to each other. Yes, it's that powerful. You agreed. That child agreed for you to be its mother and or father. So you have a greater responsibility till that child reaches a certain age, till that child reaches a certain, I would say, understanding or overstanding. But most of the time, these kids, y'all think this shit is a game. They are not dumb. Now your schools and this shit been teaching them and think to dumb them down. But in reality, you know them to be, because what I've been seeing is that a lot of them are, these souls are old. They've been here before. They're very powerful. And so you have a choice, as an elder expressed, so you have a choice right now whether that child will grow up in love and you be honest with them, or it can get very ugly and bad for you. if you're not responsible with how you are being towards these kids, because they are very powerful. Some of them are really good, and let's say some of them are the opposite of that, because we want to just assume that everything is just what it is, or isn't in a way, or what it could not be. But in reality, all things are possible. So again, and this is just because this learning, and people can call you whatever, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You have to realize, a lot of us, as we're coming into these inner knowings and become more aware, a lot of unexpected things are going to happen, a lot of activations, and your gifts, your spiritual gifts are going to heighten more than ever, because you're help aiding in a new way. You're preparing a new way. You're going to be gaining strength in many ways. So again, going back to certain dynamics, family dynamics right now is the very vocal point right now, because a lot of us are going to be attracting our clan or soul tribe, and this is for the protection. This is not going to be about that lower level shit, because a lot of people are just simply going to stay at the lower level. They're not willing to come out of the lower level chakra. A lot of people are not going to raise to the higher chakras. If you don't know what that is, research it. Because a lot of people aren't open to that frequency of love. And you'd be surprised that that's what a lot of us are protected by. Because the ancients spoke to us about, it's through the heart. Because your heart has chambers. Your heart is a frequency. Love is a frequency. It's not so much of a feeling, and that has to do with a lot of emotions, which are simply guides. But anywho, a lot of these connections are going to be very apparent right now. And a lot of you, and some of you I've already talked to this about, because this has to do with a lot of Big Mama coming in, and a lot of our mothers, depending on who they are very fearful in a way, because they don't know what to do, and they've been having to do a lot of things independently, and don't really focus more on the outcome rather than allowing and surrendering, because they haven't really had that choice, or it hasn't really been presented to them. But it will and it shall, only if you're willing to trust. Listen to your intuition. Most importantly, cleanse your wounds, whether it be through your own yoni steam, cleansing your body. And this goes back even to the kids. Y'all kids going to these schools, because a lot of things are going to happen in different ways. Y'all kids going around these other kids, not knowing what they are subjected to, not knowing, what is it that is attached to them. Not realizing you don't know what goes on in their home. You don't know what these kids are subjected to. And half of the time, a lot of you that have been molested or sexually abused, a lot of you become aware now, so that doesn't happen with, you had to change and break that generational chain and curse, so now that you can teach and be aligned with men who also maybe have experiences such as myself, but also you learn that to dispel that spirit of the Jezebel, jinn, or, incubus, succubus. So now that you can teach, heal your own womb and teach your daughter about how important it is her portal, her womb is, how important she is to creation, how she is creation in essence. Same goes for men. But going back to even a lot of you need to give your kids spiritual baths. Research these things. Research these things, because that's why a lot of us cannot be around certain people, because it's for purpose. And a lot of us won't be around certain people because we're talking about a vibration here. A lot of our people, family, you think was love, they're not even at a frequency of love. They're not even willing to come out of their carnal nature or their sexual desires. They won't even see the importance of what it is to procreate or co-create with someone. So again, tell them, doggy. So again, I'm only sharing this with y'all because, again, y'all got to cleanse these babies, because I had something come to me about, I don't know, a lot of stuff going on within these homes, and people don't realize, like, you're going to see a lot of people be subjected to a lot of drinking. They're going to plunge, man. That's all I'm going to tell you. A lot of us, and it is just polarity. It's just how, as we go up and shift our consciousness and awareness, a lot of people are going to plunge. They're going to do the opposite. And that's solely because they're not willing to heal and ascend. That's what the moments are coming to. Mothers and fathers, those who know they have had gifts, those who know that they are coming into more of their awakening, because it happens differently for everyone. Awakenings can happen through car accidents, awakening can happen through deaths, awakening can happen through a lot of things, y'all. But these kids, now that I look back, I was so divinely protected. But I also was very aware when I was young how, and a lot of you know this, I was trying to get taken out young. You like, what you mean? Man, let me tell you something. Let me just know this, I've always known that I was divinely guided and protected. Like I said, since you've been young, you'll become more aware to think you've been divinely protected. If you made it now, if I'm speaking to you and this message gets to you, you obviously are in alignment to what I'm expressing. And again, this is because you are coming online, or a lot of things are becoming more aware. And a lot of stuff can come in so rapidly to where you're like, what is this? What? Because some of these kids are coming to aid your ass, meaning they're coming to guide you. So you are selected to be their guardian by all means necessary. You know what a lioness do, she gonna do anything to protect her cubs. But y'all gotta also remember that there are certain men, again, certain people who are also aware of these things. Some of us are also aware of the things that you do not see. Certain people have gifts, spiritual gifts, in these coming moments. Certain things are not going to be verbalized. Certain people are not going to be online anymore, because if something shuts down and this thing goes out and this happens, what the fuck you gonna do? We got to be also mindful too, because again, these are the moments, like, again, this is definitely not anything to do with fear. Because fear can be two things: face everything and run, or face everything and rise. And right now, the phoenix is rising. The world as you know it is no more. I've already seen a lot of signs. And a lot of shit right now, as much as uncomfortable it is to certain people, let me tell you, it ain't for them. The ones who have been seeing the signs of the floods, the water coming, the fires, a lot of things. It's simply you've been given the vision as a seer, or more so, you've been feeling those nudges to get prepared, to pack light, because it's different for everyone. So don't come running and looking for those who've been warned your ass. who've been trying to inform you that, hey, who's really safe? A woman once told me, shit, a safe can be broken into. But again, I look at it simply like there was a moment where our mothers had to be the warriors. So there will be a time where certain men will be risen up. Certain women do carry, some may know as that Ogun or Shango energy. So, things are changing, folks. And come on, truck, you want to come down when I'm on doing this? Things are happening fast, as you can see. But again, there's a lot of karma being cleansed right now everywhere. But I really want to deliver that message to you all about cleansing not only your auric field, but these children's, because you think you're going through a spiritual warfare, but they also pick up on mama and daddy, if y'all didn't know. But a lot of us are finna make like life-altering decisions again, because, and I know it's gonna be one of the most challenging things, but some people are not going where you're going. And they can feel the way they feel, but a lot of this is for divine protection. Not just for you, but your kids will let you know. Shit, it'll come to a point where your kids will even pick up on, shit, your kids already tell you now who not for them. And what did you do? Some of y'all don't even fucking listen. Because they intuitively have gifts. They intuitively tell you, mama, this man ain't right. Because this shit been going on long enough. And a lot of people gonna be judged for that. The stuff that's not talked about. How some people sell their kids out. How some people berate their kids online. How people, it go deeper in that. And some of you already know. Some of you that don't talk about what has happened to your children. But a lot of it, again, spirit of discernment. Spirit of discernment, man. Intuition. Oh, shoot, got a little dog on came out here. What's up, man? You look like a little superhero dog. Okay, then. Okay. Okay. You just be confirming my messages. But again, that's more I'll share with you all. Peace and blessings. I send divine covering over you all. But again, cleanse yourself, cleanse those, baby. Peace and love, shalom.